Thank you for joining me on the show today. This is the Now Talks, a collection of inspiring personal stories and leadership lessons from some of the world's most iconic leaders. It is the weekly podcast for women in leadership, brought to you by Nations of Women. My name is Dr. Tina Allton, and I'm your host for today and the coming weeks. And it is another edition or another episode, shall I say. So, welcome again to the Now Woman Talks. I'm really thrilled to have you join me today as we delve into a topic that really goes beyond the traditional Easter narrative. And whilst Easter is often associated, well, not often, but Easter is associated with religious significance, i.e., the Christian religion, its message of renewal and hope, I believe, truly holds so much valuable lessons for us as leaders and really for everyone, regardless of your background. So today, I hope that you'll join me in exploring how the themes of Easter can really empower you as a woman, as a leader. And so grab your favorite beverage, cozy up, and let's uncover Easter leadership lessons together. The first thing I want us to really focus on or delve into is the message or the quality in leadership that is of resilience and rebirth, right? If we start with resilience, just like the story of Easter. Resilience is about overcoming challenges and emerging stronger than before. And so, as leaders, we all face obstacles, we all face many challenges every single day. But it truly is about our ability to bounce back that really sets us apart. So, whether it's a setback at work or in your personal life or family, resilience allows you to persevere, allows us, each of us, to persevere and to thrive even in the face of adversity. So, I want to throw you an action or a challenge more so, and that is to identify one challenge or one difficulty, one area, one situation that you're currently facing that is a challenge. It's like a block, you know. And I want you now to brainstorm three strategies or three ways in which you can overcome it. And then from there, I want you to commit to implementing at least one of those strategies this very week, right from now. And practically, for you to build, resilience is like muscles. The more you exercise it, like in the gym, I mean, you don't go to the gym one day, lift weights and then come home and expect to have, biceps that are like tough, right? You have to keep going, you have to keep lifting, you have to keep exercising those muscles. And then eventually, over time, with consistency, you end up seeing the results. So, practically, I want you to start what I call a gratitude journal. Every day, if you can, just sit down and reflect on moments where you have demonstrated resilience, or where you had to be resilient in the face of a challenge. Right. So, I want you to reflect on your moments of resilience and strength in your life as a woman and as a leader. Number two, Easter teaches us as leaders about empathy and compassion. Now, if we want to look at empathy and compassion, Easter reminds us to extend kindness and understanding to others, regardless of our differences. And yes, there's so many differences amongst us, whether it's our dialect, our color, our socioeconomic background, it doesn't matter. So regardless of our differences, we have to be compassionate towards one another. We have to be empathetic towards one another. We have to extend ourselves kindness and understanding to one another. And as leaders, empathy is it's like that bridge or that glue that allows us to connect on a deeper level with those that we're called to lead and those that we have a privilege to lead. And it actually also fosters a culture of, that hey, we are together, we're a team, we're one. And so as you practice, or a good way of being able to extend yourself in kindness or empathy or compassion really comes by actively listening and putting yourself in the other person's shoes. This helps you to create a more supportive and collaborative environment around you as a leader and in whatever it is that you lead, maybe in your workplace or the people you're called to serve. So, here is a challenge. Every week we give you a challenge. So, schedule, set apart time to meet people, maybe members of a team or those of you lead or whatever it is, and commit to actively listening to their concerns or maybe their perspective. And a practical application is to practice daily acts of kindness. And it can be as simple as sending a thank you note to somebody that did something for you. It doesn't have to be last week. Maybe they did something for you last year. And as you're sitting down looking at your life and where you're at and recognizing, that person, what they did really contributed to who you've become today, then send them a thank you note and express gratitude to them for what it is that they did for you. It can also be as simple as offering a helping hand to a colleague, to a friend, to anyone, right? So let me know how you get on that one. Another thought that we can gain from the message of Easter as women, as leaders, is vision and purpose. If we explore really in deep detail, and we already have a podcast on it, in terms of how to set your vision, right? There is a huge importance to vision and purpose. And just as Easter represents a new beginning, because it's a message where, as Christians, we believe that Jesus came to give us a new beginning, to reconcile us back to the Father. So Easter represents new beginning, being able to start again, where it's like there's a line in the sand. The past is the past, and now you get a fresh start. It's the same like having a clear vision and purpose that guides us towards, the goals. And when we have a clear purpose of, okay, this is where this is what I'm called to, that in itself can inspire others as well to find themselves, right? And so whether it's leading a team or leading a people, or whether you're spearheading a project or program, when you have a strong sense of vision and purpose, it gives us direction and motivation. And I do believe that Jesus demonstrated the same. He had a strong sense of purpose and vision. He knew exactly why he was, here on earth. He knew exactly how to lead his disciples. He knew exactly what the Father wanted of him. And he did not sway from the purpose and the vision for which he was here, on earth for us. So, a challenge is take 15 minutes to visualize your ideal future as a leader, right? We see the same thing in Jesus. He knew exactly what the end result was. He knew why he was doing, what he had to do. So visualize your ideal future as a leader. Write down 3 actionable steps you can take in order to move you closer to that vision. Practically, in a practical sense, have a visual. Have a visual that represents this is my vision, this is my purpose, this is where I'm headed to, this is what I'm called to be, or this is my focus for the season. And keep that focus. Keep your focus on that visual, on that purpose. Another thought for us is transformation and growth. The Easter message of resurrection symbolizes renewal and transformation. And as leaders, we must embrace change and adapt to new situations in order to grow personally and professionally too. So, whether it's learning a new skill or taking on a new role, Every challenge we face is an opportunity for growth. Yes, I think if you really take time and sit back, you'd realize that every challenge, every time you've gone up, that was your opportunity for growth. So a challenge is to step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. If you know that you need to grow as a leader, step out of your comfort zone and get yourself into a leadership school. If you know that you need to improve maybe specific areas of your leadership, it might be communication, it might be connecting with people, it might be your character. I don't know what aspect of your leadership you need to grow and develop and to see transformation in. And your challenge is to step out of your comfort zone and get yourself into a leadership school. Practically set aside time every single week to reflect on yourself as a woman, on yourself as a leader, and where you're headed to. And also every week reflect on, how am I growing as a leader? How am I growing personally as a woman, as a leader, and professionally as a leader? And if you're not seeing any growth, then you need to step out of your comfort zone and getting yourself into leadership school so you can begin to grow. Because anything that doesn't grow is dying or dead. Finally, inspiration and influence. We know John C. Maxwell talks about influence. Leadership is influence, and everything rises and falls on leadership. So if everything rises and falls on leadership and leadership is influence, then it means that everything we're doing as leaders, we're influencing those around us, either influencing for the good or influencing them for the bad. So finally, I want us to discuss inspiration influence. Easter serves as a great source of inspiration for millions of Christians around the world, reminding us of the power of hope, of faith, and everything that we have, our inheritance that we have in Christ. And so, as leaders, we have the ability to inspire and influence others through our words and through our actions. And our words, particularly about ourselves, our words over perhaps maybe our children, our words over our colleagues, words over other people. Word is life. Our words can give life or can kill someone as a leader. And so, by leading with integrity and authenticity and being leaders where our words give life, we can truly make a positive impact on those around us. So here's your challenge. Share a story of inspiration or encourage those you're called to lead, during your next meeting. Invite them to reflect on how they can incorporate these qualities into their own leadership journey, into their own lives. And practically, it's so important to be surrounded by people that inspire you, people that call you up higher, people that speak life into you, and people that are, focused on being a positive influence. So, as we wrap up today's episode, there's some takeouts for us that I hope will empower you as a woman and as a leader. Number one, resilience. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and emerge stronger than before. Empathy and compassion. Foster a culture that, doesn't look at differences between people or others, but it be a leader that actively listens and you're listening to understand. Listen to understand so that you can then lead effectively. Give room for others to be able to share their perspectives. Be a leader. Number three, be a leader that has a vision and a purpose. Clarify your vision and your purpose as a leader to inspire others and equally to drive meaningful change. Number four, transformation growth. Embrace change as a catalyst for your personal and professional development. Look at areas that you need to grow as a leader and step out of your comfort zone and get yourself. sorted. Inspiration and influence. That's number 5. Finally, as leaders, we must lead with integrity and authenticity. And if we're going to make a positive impact around those around us or those that we're called to serve and have the privilege of serving, then we must do so in integrity. We must do so from a place of inspiration, and that includes us speaking life into every single person around us and speaking life equally over ourselves. So, as you go forth from today's episode, remember leadership is not defined by titles or positions. It's far from that, but it is by the positive influence that we have on others, because leadership is influence. So, whether you're leading a team, starting a new venture, or making a difference in your community, know that your unique perspective and talents are absolutely invaluable. So, embrace the lessons of Easter, of resilience, of compassion, vision, growth, transformation, and inspiration. And let these guide you on your leadership journey, because then and only then together we can create a world where women leaders thrive and make a difference. So I thank you again for joining me today. Until next time, keep leading with a purpose. And a happy Easter as well to each and every one of you. And that's all for this week. You've been listening to Dr. Tina Allton with the Now Talks, the weekly podcast for women in leadership, brought to you by Nations of Women. All that remains is for me to say have a fantastic week, stay safe, and reach out if you need any help now at nationsofwomen.com. Until next time, enjoy the pursuit of your potential, and remember, now is your time.